I was able to recover my loss by just staying patient and coming back in the afternoon. I walked away after my losing trade on stream this morning and was willing to take the red day if that's what it called for during my session. But I'm able to come back unbiasedly and see what the price action is giving me and find an in-trend short. And I think there was a bunch of great lessons from start to finish, and I want to go over all of them here, especially the trades that we took, because this first one on NQ, really just not my best play. We were long it on the break above New York VWAP here as buyers are trying to just hold us above here for about 15-20 minutes. But if you notice, we had a bearish open, first of all. We're still moving lower, and we're below this overnight VWAP. So not full VWAP alignment by any means. I got induced into it maybe a little bit because I was also watching ES, which didn't look super bullish, but at least more bullish than my trade. That on ES here, you can see we're well above the New York. Looking like if we could just hold this New York VWAP here and create a higher low, we'll move back higher in the direction of this trend. But the trend's not actually bullish. If you look at the left side here, we're holding underneath that overnight VWAP with 15 minutes worth of pins that we can't get above it. So buyers are struggling over there. NQ's looking a lot more bearish. I should not be in a long. But I just like this fact that I can get a stop loss at low a day to really invalidate it. And with ES looking bullish, this NQ one's going to turn bullish as well. But we take the loss. If you just remove my trade from it, this is what it looks like and what you probably should have done if I didn't overcomplicate things. Now back on the regular trading hours, we have the open up here. Definitely bearish. First break of open range low. If you've seen the Futures 2.0 course, the strategy I teach on ASFX TV, open range low, the break of it is a great sign that sellers are in control, but we don't want to be jumping in there, first of all, at the bottom, but also just the fact that it's the first break of opening range low that often doesn't run very far. So we let it pull back to New York, see if buyers want to take it. They do, in fact, take the New York view up, but they really can't extend it and push us higher. So now when sellers do take it back, now the second time, like they were here at the open, right? Now it's more likely to want to run and break the open range low the second time. So once you see this forming structure that's still more so bearish, right? Lower high, sellers take it back. Now go trade this second break of open range low rather than this first one back here. Even if you sell it at the exact same price, but the second time it's breaking outside the range, you can see how much more likely it is to run from there. So I think I definitely overcomplicated things today. I fought the VWAP, so I probably shouldn't have won, which I didn't. And I just ignored the structure and watching on too many different assets, different time frames, electronic trading hours versus regular. It is what it is. But then I go to lunch, I go to the gym. I don't even know what it's doing the rest of the day. Then it gives shorts later on. This is at 12:50. I'm not trading during that hour. I'm not even at the charts. But this is a great bounce off of New York VWAP again. If you go over here to ASFX TV, you'll see the full strategy here on Futures 2.0, which you get access to if you become a member. You also get access to the live streams. That this is the Chapter 10, VWAP bounce. This setup here where we have a bounce off of the New York VWAP as well as this open range low. So sellers defend this nicely. Maybe that's our next lower high from back here, right? Let's go continue this bearish trend. And it's a nice level to trade off of. You got a great stop loss above previous structure, and it moves back down. Now following that would be this purple VWAP down here, the low a day break, the VWAP break, the second part of that course, chapter 8 and 9. So that's two different strategies. One's a little bit higher, one's a little bit lower, but that lower one maybe has a little bit more confirmation that sellers are fully in. But regardless, some people might see this previous day's New York VWAP acting as support that we bounced off of it earlier. I don't know if I want to short it back down to it, and that's definitely a fair argument, but I would definitely want to keep it simple. I overcomplicated during the open. What side of VWAP are we on? New York VWAP is king, right? So of course we want VWAP alignment the best we can, but at the end of the day, we're below the overnight, and we're now holding New York VWAP. Sellers are in control. They've been in control all day. They're much more likely to come back in and move us down than we are to just rip back higher. Another thing you could look at, if you go over here to Edgeful, the initial balance report, on this double break in the past year worth of Thursdays, only 10 out of the last 51 Thursdays have broken both the bottom and the top, so 20% of the time. So now that we know we took out the bottom here very early on because it was a tight initial balance, this slight move above New York, I really wouldn't expect it to move back higher the rest of the day and double break. So it's a lot more likely that sellers hold this level and try to send us back lower because they've been in control all day. We probably don't break the top because we already took out this bottom. Let me keep looking for shorts in the direction of that single break, in the direction of structure, in the direction of VWAPs. Everything is pointing towards shorts still, except that previous day's New York. But if you're weighing four things telling you to short it, one thing maybe telling you to not, it's probably still worth the short. Now here's my trade. It moves lower from there, right? Those two ideas we went off this New York VWAP here, let it make a new low. And I will admit, I thought about longing it over here, trying to say that's pretty low. I don't really want to jump in short down here. Surely this has to pull back. But that's what I did during the open. I fought the VWAP. I got burnt. I know better than that. I'm trying to be too cute and call the bottom. What are we doing? Just keep it simple. Sellers are much more likely to step back in and move us lower again than they are for me to just call the bottom and we pull back super hard. Why do I think that? Of course, sellers are in control. This thing can just keep moving lower. So thankfully, I smartened up and I just said, yeah, we're not longing it. What are you doing? Just follow the structure and let's just look for the next new low of day. And you can see it's the same thing. Low of day VWAP break after bouncing off the handoff VWAP here in blue. The last time we left the New York VWAP, I anchored a handoff from there. Sellers defend it. This is also like 3 minutes into a 15-minute candle, starting off all bearish. All right, let's follow the selling sentiment. And I got out pretty quick in 4 minutes or so. The quicker and stronger it moves in my direction, in one direction, right? It's probably not going to sustain like that. And you can see it didn't. It pulled back for 5 minutes afterwards. The quicker I'm out. Made back the loss plus $500 per account on my top one instant fundeds. We'll take that. It's now still earlier than 2 o'clock. I'm going back to the pool. So a really clean day, a really quick trade in the afternoon. This first one we had to sit through for some time just to finally lose. But it is what it is. I think I deserve to lose the first one. It's not a solid trade. I actually almost wish I just took this short because that's a simple trade. I would have been up on the day and I wouldn't even need to look at the charts in the afternoon because this is straight out of Futures 2.0. Full VWAP alignment in terms of the New York and the overnight, just like my later short does, right? So thankfully I smartened up, took an in-trend short later on, but we take the lesson in stride in the morning, not oversizing, right? I didn't use all my risk on that first trade, especially when fighting VWAP, that I still have some money to play with in the afternoon, and I'm able to catch a strong mover, thankfully, and make it back plus some. So a nice finish to the month to end it green as well, rather than another red day. And you can see my 2 red days, 1.2K, 1.2K. Both 2 trades, 0 wins. On this day, 0 wins. Just couldn't find it. Just couldn't do it. But on the other days, keeping it simple. 1 trade, 5 trades, 3 trades. Less is more, right? If I can't win the first 2 attempts, right? So I lost this morning. If this second attempt I've lost as well, all right, well, now I'm done for the day. I used all my risk. I tried 2 ideas. If I can't win after 2 tries, something's up, right? I'm not saying I'm the best trader ever, but I should be able to find some footing after 2 or 3 attempts. So today's maybe not my best day, or maybe the market's super choppy. Let me just survive and trade for tomorrow, right? I don't need to try to make it all back today. Just keep showing up day by day, right? We lost 1.2K on the 8th. Come back in the next day, you make it back. But if you dig yourself too big of a hole on one day, it's going to take you 3, 4, 5 days to try to make it back, right? So slow and steady, less trades is more today. I was willing to take the red day if it didn't give me another setup, if it just turned into a choppy mess. But thankfully there was some nice clean trend, right? If you just go over the charts here and move every indicator except the New York, clearly the trend is, the structure is pretty identifiable of lower high. If you miss that move, which we did, that's okay. Don't jump in at the bottom. Let it pull back to a key level, preferably, of the New York VWAP. Sell it to get the next part of the move, right? Catch the next train, the next lower low. Let it pull back. You can catch the next part of the move. Let it pull back. Catch the next part of the move, right? Never be trying to jump in on the lower lows for shorts or higher highs for longs, right? Don't fear that you're going to miss out for the rest of the day. I mean, especially this strong move down here. That's a strong move. You could say, oh my God, I missed all the shorts today. It pulls back and gives you a way better price. Even if you miss that, there's still more moves to be had. Just have patience, have confidence that you can get another setup like this. Today's a great example. And you should be able to sit on your hands knowing, hey, any minute now, in the next 20, 30 minutes, it could give me what I want. So let me make sure I don't do anything stupid before then. And I'm prepared for when it does present. All right. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you check out the top 1 sale. Tune into the streams all next month. Start a free trial. You also get your first month 50% off if you just use code Evan. But I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.